And to have you tune in for our flowy vinyasa class this morning. Thank you so much to Scenechange for making this possible, and thank you so much to Howard Smith Wharves for allowing us to practice in this beautiful space right in front of the river. We're so lucky. So we're going to start straight away. All you need today is your yoga mat. Place it on just a nice flat even surface and we're going to get started. So everyone come down into a seat. So just find the most comfortable seat. I want you to have your hands on your knees and have your palms to face downwards. And let's close the eyes. And let's just really tune in to the body here. Just becoming fully aware of how you feel right now in space, how you feel in your body. Grounding down through your sit bones and your feet. Allow your knees and your hips to soften. We're going to take 5 rounds of our big ocean breath. So all together, a big inhale through the nose, fill the belly, all the way high into the chest. And then exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. 2 more rounds. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. Last time. Inhale, biggest breath. And exhale. Good. Open up your eyes. With your next inhale, reach your arms all the way high up above your head and tip your chin up towards your thumb. So look high. And then exhale, draw your hands down into your heart center. Good, 2 more times. Inhale, reach the arms all the way high. Lift your rib cage up away from your pelvis. And then exhale, hands down, heart center. Last time, biggest round of breath. Inhale, circle all the way up. Look high. And then exhale, hands down into heart center. We're going to find a quick lateral stretch, so side bend. Take your right arm out to the side and then the left hand all the way up. Good, and then so you might have to flip your chin high to get a little more of a stretch. If that doesn't feel great, then just look forward. That's totally okay. Take 1 more round of breath. And then exhale, just upright, nice and slowly. Inhale, reach, right hand high. And then exhale, we come into our side stretch. Good, again, either look high or forward, up to you, whatever feels better. Good, 1 more inhale here. And then exhale all the way upright. Inhale, circle your hands high above the head. Exhale, hands come down into your heart center. Inhale, interlace your fingers, lift your elbows, hands come underneath your chin. And then as you exhale, push that air out of your lungs and round into your upper back. Inhale, circle the hands all the way high. Look up and then exhale, hands down. So repeat that 2 more times. Inhale, interlace fingers, lift elbows. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. So we're going to come straight over into our all fours. So we're going to start with a bit of a warm-up, a bit of articulation for our spine. So we're going to start with cat and cow. So we're going to have the hands directly underneath our shoulders. And I want you to have your hips directly your knees directly underneath your hips. And then have your toes tucked behind you. So feel your toe pads press down onto your mat. So you have more connection to your ground here. And then I want you to feel the very crown of your head, so the peak of your skull, reaching forward out and out of the line of your spine. Inhale, I want you to drop your belly down and open up the chest. Good, we have a beautiful view of the Brisbane River here. And then exhale, round all the way high and tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale, drop your belly, broad through the collarbones, opening the chest. And then exhale, rounding all the way high. Inhale, drop the belly, broad collarbone, send your tailbone back behind you. Exhale, round all the way up. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, lift your heart center high. Good, and then inhale, come to your neutral spine. We're gonna move into thread the needle. So inhale, lift your right hand all the way high. Look up to the fingertips. And then exhale, take your right hand down behind your left. Your shoulder and your cheek are gonna rest down on the mat. Good, so finding a rotation through the spine here, through our mid-back, our thoracic. If you would like to, take your pose a little further. You can come into a half bind. Lift your left hand all the way high. And then take the hand into your lower back. So this is just an option if you want to go a little deeper. And you can lift your left shoulder high, look up towards the sky. Good, take one more breath here, inhale. And then exhale, left hand underneath the shoulder again. Inhale, unthread your right hand all the way up and open, counter twist. And then exhale, lower your hand, other side. Inhale, left hand high. And exhale, thread your needle, shoulder and cheek rest down. Again, if you want to take your half bind, it is an option. Lift your right shoulder high. Good. Soften through your mid-back. Nice. One more inhale. Exhale, release your right hand down. Inhale, lift your left hand all the way high. Counter twist through your back body. And then exhale, lower your hand. Good, now walk your hands slightly further forward. We're gonna come into our plank pose. So shoulders are over the wrist. Press all 10 of your finger pads down into your mat. Take your right leg back behind you. Squeeze through your core. Suck your navel up towards your spine. And then take your left leg back behind you too. So we're in our full plank here. I want you to hold here for one more big round of breath. Reach the crown of your head forward. So we don't want to drop the chin and break the line of the neck or lift it too high. We're keeping nice and long through the body. Exhale, downward facing dog. So push up and away from the heel of your palms. And let's pedal out through the feet. So pedaling out through the feet, just left to right. And it can be really big, it can be really small. Maybe it's a little faster for you. That's okay, whatever feels best. We're gonna take one more round of breath. Good, and then exhale. We find stillness in our downward facing dog. So yogis, all 10 finger pads. Press down into your mat. Scoop your navel back towards your spine. Push up and away from the heel of your palms. Look back between your legs and at least to the height of your knees so that your neck stays long. Then soften your jaw. Inhale, let's ripple forward through the spine. Articulation of our back body, finding your full plank. Exhale, bend your knees, push away from the hands. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Come all the way forward into your plank. Ripple the spine. Crown of head forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Shoot the pelvis high. Downward facing. One more time. Inhale, lift the heels highest. Good. Come forward. Unravel the spine, the neck, and then exhale, bend the knees. Push the pelvis high. Look back between your legs. Inhale, lift the heels as high as you can. High pair of heels, yogis. And then exhale, lower the heels down low. Inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, push the heels. One more time. Inhale, really lengthening through our Achilles here. And then exhale, push back. Let's slowly walk our feet up to meet our hands. So you scoop your belly to create room for your feet as you come all the way to the top edge of your mat. And so yogis, we're going to stay with our feet about hip width distance apart. So the width of the front of our hips. Feet are parallel, so slightly turned in. You want the outside edges of your feet parallel. Nice. And then let's take ragdoll. Take your opposite elbows. Let your head go. Maybe give the body a bit of a bounce up and down. Could be a bit of a sway from side to side. Whatever feels better in your body. Oh, it feels good in the hamstrings. Let's take one more round of breath. Letting the neck really release. Let go of any tension through the base of your skull here. Nice. And then let's find stillness and release the hands to your mat. Now, I want you to step your big toes together. So like your big toes are together and your heels are slightly past. Internal rotation through your legs. So slight pigeon toe. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. You can bring your fingers to your shins, maybe you're down near your ankles, wherever works for you. And then exhale, fold forward. You might use your hands to pull the chest down a little closer. Inhale, halfway lift, elongate the spine. Good, and then exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold forward. Good, now let's bend behind the knees really deeply now. And then let's slowly start to round up to stand. Unraveling the spine, reaching the crown of your head. So again, the crown of your head reaches high towards the sky. And then you drop your shoulders down from your ears. And let's just close the eyes for a moment. Bring the hands down by the sides, palms to face forward. And then let's just again connect back to our breath. So inhale through the nose. And then exhale out through the mouth. Feel the rhythm of the breath in your body. So maybe a slight rock forward and back, and this is okay. We'll take one more round of breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Find stillness here, Tadasana, mountain pose. Good, so Sun A, 3 rounds all together. Big sweep of the arms. Inhale, reach the hands all the way high. And then exhale, swan dive all the way down. Tucking the chin, look up into your navel. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, and then now step back into your plank pose. So from here, I want you to micro bend your elbows. Pull your elbows back behind you, and then push all the way up. Tiny little bend, yogis. Bend your elbows. Push up one more time. Bend your elbows. Can you come halfway down? Good, and then all the way down. Untuck your toes behind you. Soft squeeze of your glutes just to support your lower back. And then I want you to lift your belly button up off your mat. So inhale as you find cobra, you lift your belly button up off your mat. Keep broad with the shoulders. Exhale, lay the chest down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Press the heel of the palms down. Pull the elbows back so they stay in line with your frame. And then exhale, lay down. Tuck your toes. Sit back into child's pose. Lengthen out away from your hands. Drop the head if it can towards your mat. Good, nice stretch through the armpits here. Beautiful. Inhale, come up into your tabletop. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift the heels. Push back, bend your knees. Step all the way to the top of the mat. Big toes are together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees. Let's roll all the way up to stand. Reach the hands high. Exhale, hands down, heart center. Good. Round 2, inhale. A little faster, yogis. Exhale, swan dive. Hinge at the hips, fold forward, tucking the chin. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step or float back into plank. Good. Chaturanga, halfway down. Good. Can you push all the way back up? You can drop to your knees. This is okay. Chaturanga, halfway down. Hold it here. Lengthen your tailbone. Good. And lay all the way down. Inhale. Untuck the toes. Cobra. Lift belly button. Shoulders down. No kinking of the neck. Good. Exhale. Lay the chest down. Tuck your toes. Push up into plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Lift the heels. Push back, bend the knees, step or float to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, flow forward. Bend the knees, roll all the way up to stand, reaching the hands high. Exhale, hands down, heart center. Yogis, one more time. Sun A, inhale. And exhale. Exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana, halfway down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, upward facing. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, push back. So, moving on to our first sequence, guys. Inhale. Lift your right leg. Now, it doesn't have to be too high. I don't want you to open up your hips too much. We want to keep the hips level. So if your leg is down about 90 degrees with your left hip, this is okay. Doesn't have to be a full split. Squeeze your glutes, flex the ankle. Then we're going to open up the hip and bend the knee. Keep your shoulders square to the mat beneath you. Now, I don't want you to worry too much about this foot. You can just dangle in space. More worried about the hip and the knee. Trying to open up again. So right foot is just dangling space. Doesn't matter what it's doing. Good. Let's take one more breath. Nice. Inhale, straighten your leg. Level your hips. Come forward. Knee to your chest. Tiger curl. Push back. Three-leg dog. Come forward, tiger curl. Push back, three leg. Last time, come forward, knee to chest. Foot down between your hands. Good, just take a moment. Ground down through your feet. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. So really strong through your left leg. Press down through your toe pads. That's upright, the spine. Reach your hands all the way high. Good, so there's a soft squeeze of your belly button back towards your spine. And I want you to drop your shoulders from your ears. So we're going to try to create length around the neck. Let go of any stress in the chest, any tension through the shoulders, let them go. Good. Take one more breath here. Exhale. Reach your hands all the way forward and then back behind you, aeroplane pose. So palms to face downward, spread the fingers wide. Inhale, upright the spine, crescent lunge. Exhale, aeroplane pose. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, crescent lunge. Nice. And then exhale. We open up into warrior two. Arms are parallel to the mat. So front arm not higher than the back or anything like this. Parallel. Palms face downwards. You spread the fingers wide. If you need to adjust your feet, do this. Front knee to be over the front ankle. We don't want to let the knee to roll in. So we have the knee to track over the second and the third toe. This also allows you to really hook into your rotators through glutes and through the thighs, the upper legs. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale. Nice work, guys. Hold it here. We're going to find reverse warrior. So flip your front wrist. Reach forward. Reach up. And then back. Good. And then exhale, warrior two. Again, reverse. Flip the front wrist. Reach forward, up. And then back. Good. And then we come into side angle. Again, if you need to adjust your feet, you do this. So you can have your elbow here on the thigh, just above your knee. Good. We want to lengthen through our side bodies. Left hand to stack all the way on top of the shoulder. And then you lift your chin up towards the wrist. If this feels okay for the neck, and if not, you just look forward. You might even want to look down towards the mat. Again, totally okay. If you would like to extend the arm, push your body a little more, then you can absolutely do this. Straighten your arm. You have to use more of your core, your obliques, to hold the torso in space. Hold here, one more breath. Nice. Holding here. Good. And then both hands are going to come all the way up, parallel here. Hold for 3, hold for 2, and for 1. Star pose, come all the way up. I want your feet to be parallel. Let's reach the hands all the way high. You can even interlace the fingers if you like. Maybe find your pistol mudra. Reach your index fingers high to the sky. Squeeze your belly button back towards your spine. Nice. And then exhale, release your hands. Fold all the way over. Good. Now you might have your hands just down onto the mat in front of you. You could take the hands to the legs, sort of calves, ankles, whatever works. You might take a really juicy bend into your knees. Maybe not. Maybe you're a little straighter across the back of the legs. But everyone, I want you to tuck your chin. Look all the way up and above the body. So we're trying to get our gaze to come back through the legs and all the way up and above our torso. Let's take one more breath here. Good. And then exhale. Find your halfway lift. Elongate the spine. Exhale, hands down in front of the chest. Finding a rotation for our thoracic back, our mid back. Inhale, reach your right hand all the way high. So sort of like our thread the needle, you open up, you look high. Oh, that sun is beautiful. Exhale, lower the hand down. Inhale, lift your left hand high. Nice twist. Whew. And then exhale, hand all the way down. Good. Soft bend behind your knees. Upright your spine. Star pose. Reach your hands high. And then exhale, warrior 2. Flip your front wrist. Reverse. Reach forward. Up and back. Good. And then exhale, windmill your hands all the way down onto your mat. Frame your front foot. Suck your belly button off your thigh. Step back into your plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. And then exhale, downward facing. Take a big breath, yogis. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. So same sequence on the left side. Here we go. Left leg, inhale. Reach it high. We don't want to open it too much so that the hips are compromised. Keep your hips square to the mat beneath you. And again, this means the same with the shoulders. So one shoulder sort of opens. Let's stay away from this. Lift that leg as high as you can. Here, squeeze the glutes. Now we open up the hip. Drop your right heel. Bend the left leg. Left foot dangles in space. This is just a nice release for the foot. You can even feel a good stretch down through your shin. It's weird, but it feels nice. Take one more breath. Good. Inhale, straighten your leg, level your hip. Come forward. Tiger curl, knee to chest. Push back, 3 leg. Come forward, knee to chest. Push back, 3 leg. Good. Come forward, knee to chest. Foot down between the hands. Take a moment here, low lunge. Nice. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Grounding up through the feet, through the spine. Reach your hands all the way high. Good. So again, shoulders down, belly button back to spine. Ground down through your hips, through your pelvis. Knee to stack on top of the ankle always to protect the knee. Protect the tendons coming down into our patella. Inhale. Take one more breath here. Exhale, we find warrior 2. So we face the right side of our mat now. Good. Inhale, reverse, reach forward, high, and back. Good, and then exhale, warrior 2. Flip the wrist, reach forward, reverse warrior, reach forward, up and back. Exhale, side angle. So left elbow to thigh, if this feels good for you. Or you can extend the left hand down. Squeeze your glutes, rotate through your rib cage. You can look high, you can look directly out in front of you, or down to your mat. Reach the right arm all the way up and over, long diagonal line through the body. So ready for it, we're gonna take the left arm up parallel, holding for 3, hold for 2, hold for 1, and then reach all the way up, star pose. Parallel your feet. Good. Pistol mudra. Reaching the hands high, look up to chin, and then exhale, separate your hands, fold all the way over, tucking the chin, looking back. Maybe take a bit of movement here, this can feel nice. Open up through the hips, bit of a rotation through your obliques, you open up through your rib cage. Hey, good, so let's take one more breath. Hands underneath the face. Inhale, left hand all the way high. Twist, rotates. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, right hand high. And exhale down. Bend behind your knees. Let's slowly round all the way up to stand. Ooh. Reach the hands high. Exhale, warrior 2. Back to the front edge again. So last time here. Inhale, flip the wrist. Reach forward, up and back. And then exhale, windmill your hands all the way down. Let's step back into our plank pose. Chaturanga Dandasana, yogis. Halfway down, squeeze elbows, untuck toes. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take 2 big rounds of breath. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. We're going to take a quick pause for the physical body. Finding a bit of rest and stillness with the mind. And bring all of our focus back into the body. So I want you to find puppy pose. So we begin by having our hips stacked directly on top of the knees. The toes are tucked behind us, so how we started right at the beginning. Good, and then I want you to walk your hands forward. Drop your chest and your forehead down. If you would like, you can tuck your chin and reach the gaze forward. If that feels a little too much for your breath and your neck, stay with the forehead down. Good. Let's drop the rib cage. Soften into your armpit space. One more round of breath. And exhale. And slowly walk the hands all the way back up underneath the shoulders. If you need to take some movement here, do this. This could just be little circles with the pelvis and the rib cage. Maybe you go back the other way again. Just to stretch out anything that we gained from puppy pose, just to bring our spine back into line. Maybe just cat and cow for you. So we're going to prepare for our second and final sequence. So yogis, this is it. Let's take one more big breath. Good. So again, reaching out through the crown of the head as you find stillness. Let's tuck the toes. Let's find hover plank. Lift your knees up above your mat. Just an inch. Not very far. The closer to your mat, the better. Push up out of your hands. Push up out of your shoulders, round into your upper back. Scoop your navel. Suck your belly button back to the spine. Take one more breath. And then exhale. Downward facing dog. Adjust limbs as you need. Let's take a breath. Inhale. Inhale, lift your right leg all the way high. Come forward, knee to the chest. Good, and then I want you to take your knee to your right elbow. Then your left elbow. Your right elbow. Back to the center of your chest, foot down between your hands. Nice, take a breath here. Scoop your lower belly. That's fine, crescent lunge. Exhale, aeroplane pose. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. We're going to come into Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, yogis. Transfer your weight forward into your right foot. Lift your left leg into space. Good. Now you can have a soft bend into your right knee. If you'd prefer to have your hands into heart center, do this. Stay broad across the front of your chest. Flex your left ankle behind you. And again, see, we don't want to open up through the hips. Like we set up early through our down dog. We have the hips nice and level here. Sacrum flat to the sky above us. Take one more breath. Step back into crescent lunge. Squeeze your core, reach your hands high. Take another breath. And then exhale, Warrior 2. Reverse warrior, flip the wrist. Reach forward, up and back. Ooh, nice. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale, side angle, your version of side angle. Right hand can be extended. Good. Take one more breath. Right arm to come parallel. 3, 2, 1. Warrior 2. Let's come up to star, pistol mudra, index fingers high. Exhale, swan dive over. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Soft bend behind your knees. Roll all the way up, fingers high. Exhale, Warrior 2. This time, yogis, let's lift our front heel. Right heel lifts. Reverse warrior. Flip the wrist. Reach forward. Up and back. Nice. Exhale. Windmill your hands all the way down. Step back. Maybe you find 3-point plank. Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath, guys. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left leg all the way up. Come forward, knee to chest. Hold it here. Knee to left elbow. To right elbow. Left elbow. Knee to the chest. Foot down between the hands. Take a moment, feel your feet press down into your mat. Really ground here. Knee on top of the ankle. Set up through your hips, ground down through the feet. Inhale, reach the hands all the way high. Good. Exhale, aeroplane arms. Nice. Inhale. And exhale. Whoo, squeeze the core. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Warrior 3, guys. Transfer your weight forward. Lift that right leg into space. You can bring your your hands into your chest. Soft bend into your left leg. Good. Squeeze the glutes. Take one more breath here. Let's step back into crescent lunge. Reach your hands all the way high. Exhale, Warrior 2. Star pose. Pistol mudra. Exhale. Fold forward. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway. Roll all the way up. Pistol. Exhale. Warrior 2. Lift the left heel. Reverse warrior. Reach forward. Up and back. Windmill the hands all the way down. Step back. Your version of plank pose, yogis. Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Take one more big ocean round of breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let's drop down onto the knees. Good, let's take a child's pose. You've earned it. Sit back onto your heels. Now you can have your knees wide apart or closer together, maybe even to touch. So we're all going to be slightly different, depends on your knees and your hips. So take child's pose as feels best for you. Have your forehead down, open up through the armpits. This is your opportunity to really slow down your breath. Collect yourself back on your mat. If you started to drift away with the mind, with the breath as we were flowing, that's okay. It's totally okay. We just come back. So we come back onto our mat. You're still in child's pose. Slowing the breath. As you breathe in child's pose, direct your breath all the way into your upper back. High into upper back. Exhale, let your chest drop heavier. You take it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's come up into our all fours. Tuck the toes behind you. Bit of a stretch now, guys. Just a quick little stretch. Let's step the right foot up. Dragon lunge. So right foot to the outside of your right hand. Maybe it's the width of your mat. Could be a little wider. And you might want to turn your right toes out. You want to traject your knee over the second and third toe. So again, we're not rolling in through the knee. You're going to hurt the tendons here on your sides of your knee, your patella. Good. I quite like to take my left hand sort of the same distance. So if my foot's at the width of my mat, my left hand will go at the width of my mat. So I'm nice and wide through my limbs, supporting at the top of the mat. Lifting my right hand all the way high, finding the twist and reaching back. Now either you take hold of your hamstrings here, or maybe you reach back and take hold of your foot. And this is really just a lazy version of this stretch. So you don't need to pull the foot in really tight. We're not trying to find a king pigeon or anything. Soft. Let the foot hang into the hand. Good, so really targeting the front of the left hip here, dropping the left hip down towards your mat. Let's take another breath. Gently release the left foot. Right hand all the way down. And step that right foot back. Good again. Maybe you just take a bit of movement. Maybe it's swaying the hips forward and back. Could be a bit of a circular motion. Bit of a cat and cow, something to just ease out from that left hip. Let's come into the other side. Left foot forward. Width of mat, maybe wider. Turn the toes out, knee, second and third toes. So we're turning out through the leg. If you're with me, take your right hand a little wider. The width between your top limbs, grounding through top of mat. Circle your left hand all the way up and back. So again, you take hold of the hamstring, the back of the thigh behind you. Or take hold of the foot. And again, let the foot hang into the hand. So it's just the weight of the lower leg. So you're rolling forward onto the front of the right hip. And we're going to take one more round of breath. Nice. Gently release your right foot all the way down. Left hand circles all the way back. Step that left foot, knee back again. Take some movement, whatever that is for you. Nice big circles. Twisting out through the hips. Rolling across the front of those flexors. Yogis, let's find a seat. Good. So let's just come into a really simple seated forward fold. So we're going to have your legs straight, about 90% straight, a little bend behind your knees. So we want to have the legs totally straight, that our heels are going to lift up off the mat. So tiny little bend behind the knees. Let's flex the ankles strongly though. So have the toes draw back towards your chest. Soft squeeze of your navel back towards your spine, and then lift your rib cage up from your pelvis. So you're trying to lengthen into your side body space. Good. So I want you to lift, 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 lift. Crown of head high. And then just roll forward. I want you to tuck your chin and round into your upper back. So we are rounding in this version. Stay forward. We're rounding in this version of our seated forward fold. Tuck your chin a little more. Look back into your navel. Try and feel the breath across your upper back here. Take one more breath. Let's slowly come all the way upright. So we're going to find our seated twist. Left foot over and across the right leg. Plant that foot down into your mat. Right arm to come in front. And you might just take the hand to the knee. That's totally okay as well. Maybe it's the elbow. Left hand behind you. Flex that right foot. Keep activation through that right leg. Look back behind you. Good. If you have a binded version of this twist, take this. Take one more breath. Exhale. Come all the way forward. Simply swap the legs straight into the other side. So again, foot is flat, left arm around, elbow or the hand, up to you. Right hand back behind you, flex, left ankle. Look back as high as you can. And we don't want to round into our lower back, right? We're not going to find too much twist through our thoracic as we do this. So the higher we sit, the more length we find, the more rotation we will gain. Take one more breath. And then exhale. Come all the way back to the front. Unhook the legs. Give your legs a bit of a shake. Yogis. And then make sure you're seated in the middle of your mat. We're coming down to lay. So lay all the way down on your mat. Good. Step your feet up underneath your knees. Bring your hands into the top of your hips. Good. We're just taking one bridge pose. One bridge pose. Just to open up through the front of the chest here. So press down through your heels, down. Tuck your pelvis, roll up, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Suck the smile of your glutes, so where your bikini bottoms go, suck smile of glutes. Draw belly button back to spine, broad across the front of your chest. You might take your hands together underneath your back and even tuck your shoulders underneath your chest. This can be really nice. So there's no right or wrong for our bridge pose. There's no good or bad. Everyone's body, physical body is different. So just apply this pose to your body. Doesn't have to look like mine, not at all. Mine won't look like yours. Take another breath. Good. Untuck the shoulders if that was you. Good. Release the hands. Roll all the way down. Last little stretch here, guys. Draw your knees into your chest. Lift your head up towards your knees. We want to come into the tightest little ball shape we can. Good. Take one more breath here. Inhale. And then exhale, release. We come down into our Shavasana. So really tiny Shavasana, really quick. If you want to continue with a longer Shavasana, please feel free. This is your practice. I'm just here to lead you through. Shavasana, so palms face upwards. I want you to relax the ankles and then let the legs flop out. So pinky toes hang as close towards the mat as possible. So you stay in Shavasana. You stay in Shavasana. Legs are relaxed. Legs are flopped out. Your pinky toes, palms are face upwards. Good. 3 big rounds of ocean breath. Inhale through your nose. Fill it all the way high into your ribcage. Feel the back of your ribcage heavy on your mat as you exhale. Good. Inhale through your nose. Fill the belly, the lungs, the chest. Exhale. Last time, ocean breath. Inhale. And exhale. Good. So as always in my classes, I like to close with a mantra. So you can either sit up now if you would prefer, otherwise stay in Shavasana. You could bring your left hand onto your heart center and your right hand onto your low belly. So either laying down, or if you're seated, bring your hands onto your knees. And let's have the palms to face upwards, and then soften your fingers, soften your thumbs. Closing with our mantra, please repeat loudly after me. Loka samasta Sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta Sukhino bhavantu. So wherever you are, bring your hands into your heart center. Feel your thumb knuckles onto your chest plate, your sternum. And then all together we say Namaste. So Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for tuning in. We look forward to bringing more of these live streams and videos to our platform, so keep an eye out. There'll be lots more to come. Thank you again to Scenechange for making this possible today, and to Howard Smith Wharves. It's so nice to practice outside in the sun, get a bit of vitamin D, feel the fresh air, especially when we're all cooped up at home. So I hope that this class has given you some sort of release, reduce some sort of anxiety for you today. Thank you so much. I'm Nina Lee from Sukhino.